Hey, this is Taylor Vixxen, and I am on Nerds After Dark. In this episode, it is super exciting. You guys are going to hear all about me. Tito P and I talked about all kinds of fun stuff. So you're going to get a deep dive into my life. You're going to hear about all of my new projects and all of the fun things that may be in store for all my fans this year. You're going to hear about some of my new exciting scenes that just came out and some of the projects that I cannot wait to dive headfirst into. You'll also be able to find out where you're going to find me for the rest of the year, some of the events that I have planned, and how to get in touch with me. So I so look forward to this episode, and I hope you guys love it. So if you guys can also find me on taylorvixen.com with two X's. So check out my website and hit me up. I cannot wait to hear from all of you guys.
Uno, dos, uno, dos, tres.
Pose. Pretty.
Uno, dos, tres.
Pose.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Tito P, aka Kuya P. You know, Nerds Rule the World, presenting the Nerds After Dark show on youtube.com/afterdarknerds. Back again. I think this is like episode 6. We're back in the game, y'all, because y'all know, if you've been tracking, you know, over at NRW, Nerds Rule the World, we cover everything pop culture. You see me on the radio, you hear me on the radio, excuse me. But doing all that, you know, there's certain companies out there that, you know, they feel that adult stuff shouldn't be mixed in with that content. So you're not going to stop me. I'm going to show love to my peoples in the adult industry. And we've created After Dark Nerds. And we're back in the convo with these conversations. And today's episode, I have the one and only Taylor Vixxen, who is nominated for Most Popular MILF Performer of the Year at the Urban X Awards. She's got some great scenes coming out soon that we'll be talking about. She'll also be interviewing all the people at the Urban X Awards. I'm super excited to have her on. So let me come off the screen. You see the background, but you want to see her. I'm going to unpin myself. She's going to be on the screen in just a second. There she is. Taylor, I'm shooting off air horns now because we celebrate all the amazing guests we have because I love y'all. I love this industry. It's where I got my start before I guess I went into mainstream. And I just love our people because I think, and I'm sure you know as well, the most realist people you'll encounter are in the adult industry because we bear ourselves obviously on camera, but we also really are true in a lot of ways. And so that is why I love this industry so much, because over on the Hollywood side, there's a lot of fakes and they don't keep it real. So I want to just give love to the people in the adult business. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for your time. So welcome. I want to show love again to you with what you got going on. So let's kick it off. Maybe just talk about some scenes you have coming up soon, and then we'll dig into more things, Taylor Vixxen. I have from my notes, and again, as I always do, shout out to my pal Erica Icon. I love her. The Rub PR, she hooks this all up. There wouldn't be a Nerds After Dark if it wasn't for her. You got scenes with Love Her Boobs, Desi Red, MILF VR, which I'm very curious about because I recently got hardcore into VR. Is that what you're doing? Let's talk about it.
I actually had 2 scenes come out today, actually. Yeah, with the VR bangers, which is the desired, I guess is how you pronounce it. And I thought it was like, took me for a while because it's spelled kind of funky. But so that scene is actually a really cool scene called like the Influencer House. I think the Teen Talk House was what it was called. So it is an actual VR game. So very, very involved in filming it. I think it was filmed over 8 days. And I think the script was like 70 pages long. So it's literally an interactive VR game where the player, if you will, like immerses themselves and they can make choices and they can like, you know, enter rooms and depending on, it's like a choose your own adventure, I guess. And there's probably, I would say, I think there's like 6 or 7 different sex scenes in that one VR game. And so depending on what you choose, it's going to take you to different paths. So I have never seen anything like that before. So I am going to dust off the old Oculus and play.
That is awesome. Man, I have so many questions. You know, as a fan, just this new experience is just surreal, right? Have you put these on? Have you experienced VR for yourself? Is one question. But then on the filmmaking aspect of it, you know, we've had our long days on set, right? and I know also working in the adult business, just you got to get this angle, put your leg up here, and just how
Yeah.
it can really be work, but it's fun work, but also really work.
Yeah.
How has that been for you? If we can talk about the trade a little bit, but let's start with just experiencing it for yourself. So then, you've now filmed it, you have this out now, but did you, before you filmed it, had you seen it before? Had you seen what this VR virtual sex stuff was like?
Never, never. So my first time watching it was when I think MILF VR was my very first scene that I did in VR, and then I've done a couple Naughty America VR scenes. But I was like, I've got to watch this. It was a really like, I was sitting on my bed and I put this Oculus like headset on, and it was like I think I have like an old school one. It's not even, I don't know if there's better quality, better images, but it's still so real. It's like I felt like I was having sex with myself. It was really crazy. And it takes a little bit to like, you can't really move around. I mean, most people can move around like that are used to it, but like I was just sitting on the bed and I feel like I'm going to fall over, and, it takes a little bit to get your head wrapped around it, just to figure out like, you're going like this, and it's just really a weird experience. But once you get over that, like initial, like trying to get your space right, it's really crazy.
Right? Can you just imagine going forward? They have like haptic vests that some people can buy now. So like you can just feel like if you like touch somebody, they could feel that. It's just going to be surreal where this technology is going to head in the future. It's going to be crazy. They'll like, oh, I was just in bed with Taylor Vixxen and I know totally how it's going to be. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So like the technology, just this game alone, I think like the post-production is where they spend a lot of time just making. They were using like 360-degree cameras like in the house, so you could see the whole house, the whole bottom floor, like in the one scene. So it was insane.
Crazy. So on the filmmaking side of it, is it a little bit more difficult? Is it something to get used to now because of all of that, or do they have it the way that they're shooting it now, that they know how to run it to be a smoother, faster operation, or is it much more difficult filming that than like?
I think it depends on who you shoot with. I mean, I've shot with companies that are just very efficient, like VR bangers. I mean, this is all they do. They know what they're doing. I think it just depends on the person that's filming it, how they're moving the camera, how they do it. So I feel like it's gotten to be really efficient as far as that. But yeah, I mean, it's not really much longer of a day than like a regular shoot. It's just moving the camera can take a long time. Yeah. So getting that shot, like, you got to set each position that you're doing. The camera has to be a certain way, and they got to test the level that you are. And so that can take time, but it's not that big of a deal.
Okay, cool. So we can still hope that we'll get Taylor Vixxen stuff. You're not going to not do it. Like we'll have some VR scenes.
Yeah, I'm definitely
more
doing
VR
it.
scenes.
I've got another VR scene. I can't even remember who it's with, but it's next week I'm filming. So yeah, they're gonna keep coming.
All right, cool. We love the Taylor Vixxen videos, and just the VR just gets more immersive. It's cool. I love that. Yeah. So you have Love Her Boobs, where you get to experience yourself a little bit, a little bit more personal.
Yeah, like my boobs got beat up that day. I love that. Like I truly do. But it was like the next day I was like, ooh. Yeah, Vic was pretty rough. I was like, there was a point I was grabbing the sofa because we were like on the couch. I was like, and it was so funny. There's like, if you look real close, this one, like there's a part, he goes, what the hell? He's like, I think your boob just squirted milk. I was like,
crazy.
Because like if you mess with them enough, so I was like, nice. And then I went back and looked at the footage, and sure enough, yeah. So I don't know if they'll zoom in on that part when I haven't seen the final edited video yet. So
awesome. So my question to that is that a little bit more difficult as a talent? Because when you're working with somebody else, you it's the energy, and we're empaths, right? As artists, we vibe off of each other, and then you can like, okay, you can kind of just live in that moment. But when it's just you you try to be in the moment, but you know that you're conscious of everybody else around you a lot more than it is when you're interacting with somebody. So is it a little bit more difficult doing a solo scene?
Yeah, it depends because like sometimes I've done these solo scenes where there's no like it's kind of like a striptease and you're kind of dancing, but when you're filming it, there's no music. So in your head, you're like, okay, sing a song. Or sometimes they don't want you to say anything, but so they don't want you to say anything, but there's no music to do it. So you're just like in silence and they just want you to be sexy. So it's really hard to sit there and like be sexy when there's no music and you're like literally dancing, doing a striptease, and there's no music playing. And then there's some that they're wanting you to interact with the camera, which I actually like doing. So I kind of just imagine like these, like, so the solo in Love Her Boobs, you know, you kind of are talking to somebody like, oh, I've been waiting for you all day. Let me, you know, you're talking to the camera like it's a person, right? So I can totally get into that. So it took me a while to be able to do that. But now I find it really fun.
There you go. Awesome. All right. So MILF Performer of the Year. I think as of this recording, unfortunately, I think the votes will be ending as of this recording tomorrow. And this is not going to drop for like a week, but fingers crossed you're going to take it. What's the vibe off of that? How do you feel? I think you've only been in the industry for like about a year and a half from what I read.
Yeah, about a year and a half now. It's awesome. There's so many award shows, so it's like hard to keep track of them all, but Urban X is definitely one of the bigger ones. And so it's just really cool to be nominated because especially, you know, like AVN's got a lot of them have the fan and then they have like the critics part. So, the ones that are obviously both are really cool, but the fans ones are really nice because that's like the actual people that watch your content that are saying, okay, we like her. So it's definitely an honor. And with all the other people that are nominated, it's like, wow, just to be up there with those ladies that have been in the industry a long time is really cool. So
that's awesome. You getting that stamp of approval. Congratulations on the nomination.
thank you.
And fingers crossed for you.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you're also going to be interviewing. You're gonna do me.
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing something similar to me, interviewing the rest of the performers. Have you ever done anything like that? Are you excited? How is that energy?
I honestly I'm very comfortable in front of the camera and I'm very comfortable talking to people. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be there's going to be two of us. I'm not sure who the other person is, but we're each doing half. So one of us is doing first half. One of us is doing second half, depending on in what order, like the category that we're nominated is going to be. So like if MILF is during the first half, then I'll be doing second, vice versa. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing the winner's circle, which is backstage. So once the people come back after getting their award winning, I'll be interviewing them. So I am so excited. Like I'm going to have to, I'm already starting to think of like some really fun things to ask, you know, maybe get people out of their comfort zone a little bit. So, but I'm, you know, I'm like still relatively new. So I'm still trying to learn everybody. So I'm like looking at who's nominated, like who's this? So, cause there's a lot of people nominated and there's a lot of categories. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I love that. Love that for you. Maybe you'll find the next person you want to work with, or just, you know, as I'm a big networker. So like that's like networking supreme. And so that'll be awesome. So love that for you.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be involved in like anything like that. So it was a real honor that they asked me to do it. So hopefully I will not let them down.
I'm sure you will. That's awesome. That's killer. I love it. I gotta ask now, Taylor. I want to dig into Taylor Vixxen because when I got the info from Erica, I saw and I've read and it's right here, and I just love this for everyone because I think we all should find ourselves and do what we fulfills us most instead of being in dead end jobs or just things that doesn't bring spark joy. You want to do something that sparks joy. I read that you were in the corporate world for 18 years as a VP, MBA, and now you're in the adult business. Can you tell me finding what would make you happy and exploring this new world, and how has it been for you? Because I love that for you.
Well, it's been a whirlwind. So my husband and I have been in the lifestyle for about 8 years. So that's kind of how it came about a little bit. Back when everybody was doing content creation, OnlyFans during COVID, I couldn't do it because of my job. So we would go to lifestyle events and host lifestyle events, and all of a sudden everybody's in their rooms filming content, and I can't be in it. So lifestyle events for a while that's kind of what they were about. So you either did content or you didn't, and the people who did content were all back in the rooms, making their videos. And so finally, I guess it was 2024, like February, I was like, I am so ready to I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do an OnlyFans, and here we go. So, unfortunately, my job, I think I was at a convention or something, and I like tagged the hotel, even though I didn't have my legal name on there. And I got outed like really quick at my company. I think I put something along the lines of like work all day, play all night, or something like that, because I had like met some guy on site and we filmed it. And so I don't know, I got found out quick. And so at that point I was like, all right, I've got to make a choice. Do I quit my job, or do I pursue this full time, or do I just say, okay, I'm going to kind of put it on the back burner? And then, but I was like, I'm going to try this porn thing.
Awesome.
So here I am.
I love it.
And honestly, it just took off like crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a little late to the party, but I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's just like, I love sex. And so it's just been so fun.
Let's go. I love that for you. Because I think a lot of us, we do as we're told. We follow the norms, what society tells us, and but we're not happy. And I've lost, for myself, lost friends who weren't happy, weren't following that direction, and did what they did. And so it breaks my heart, to have friends, family that choose to do that. So if you can find what sparks your joy, do that.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Judgy, aren't they?
Exactly. I hate a judgmental society. I'm so against that type of stuff. So I love this for you. So
thank you.
You found what sparks your joy. So this ride has been crazy, wild. You were already in the business in the lifestyle with your husband. So you were always a sexual being, and you did stuff on camera, but you didn't have a release. Can we talk about sexuality and having a good partner that they vibe with your energy and they're supportive? Can we talk about that, and how has that been for you?
Yeah, my husband is extremely supportive, but it was funny because before I met my husband, my past relationships have been very I don't want to say non-sexual, but I didn't enjoy sex, I would say. Like, I was never sexual until I met my husband, and he started talking about fantasies. I'm like, fantasy? What's that? Like, my previous husband, like, I wasn't even allowed to like have a vibrator. He was one of those guys that's like threatened by his toys, and so I was just very, I would say, like, sexually repressed. Like, it was just kind of a chore. I didn't really enjoy it. Probably the way a lot of people's marriages are. I don't know. But then it really took a little bit of getting to where I felt comfortable to like express probably fantasies that I'd had, but I didn't even like way down. And so it took a while because I kept thinking like, so we kind of got in the lifestyle, like my husband wasn't in it before me. We would talk in bed, and he would start talking like dirty talk, and he would start talking about like, he would bring like a girl, like, talking about another girl because he thought he knows I like girls, and which I'd never really explored fully. And so I was like, ooh, this is fun. This is sexy. And then he would start talking about like me getting with another guy. Like, you go to a bar and there's a guy there, and I would immediately clam up because I would be like, oh, he's testing me. He's going to be like, aha, I knew it. And so it took a long time before, because I would go right back to the girls because that was safe. I was like, oh, let's talk about girls. He's like, no. Because when he would talk about me being with another guy, I would come like so fast. And he was like, I think there's something to this. So we kind of started exploring like, the swinger lifestyle. We joined some groups, like some Facebook groups. We hit up some clubs. And then like soon after that, we're like hosting parties and stuff. So
that's awesome. I love that, because you have to have a healthy sex life. You have to have a healthy relationship, or else we're just, again, we're in jobs for years or a marriage for years, and it's just, we're not happy. So that's beautiful. But also when you find yourselves in this scene, what are some of the things and maybe pro tips that you've given your girlfriends, boyfriends, friends along the way when you do explore into this? Because there's some wackos, there's some crazies in there. So
In
can you
the
tell
you
us
mean
some
like
maybe some
in the
stories or
lifestyle swingers?
suggestions within this lifestyle that you
Uh,
tell people to look out for?
oh gosh, like the red flags.
Yeah, yeah, red flags.
Okay, so like one of our big red flags is the guys that are doing it just to get with other chicks. It's probably one of everybody's red flags, and you can tell. It's like so we'll be talking to a couple, and at a party or whatever, and the couple will be like, he'll be like, yeah, we just do single girls, and we're always like, why? He's like, and he's like, yeah, my wife or my girlfriend, she doesn't really like other cock, and we're like, okay, yeah, you keep telling yourself that, dude, and we just look at each other like, okay, pass, because it's just the funniest thing. These guys just, you can tell when they kind of push the girls into it because they just want to fuck other girls, so that's a huge red flag. Or guys that it's a big no-no in the lifestyle. Guys that like will approach when, like, let's say my husband goes to the bathroom and all of a sudden he'll come up and talk to me. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. You come up and talk to me like when my husband's here and we're all chit-chatting. There's just people that get really handsy. They just because they think you're dressed like slutty at a swingers party, that's okay to come up and like grab your boobs,
Yeah, people don't
Stuff
learn
like
respect. Well, aren't
Yeah,
very
it's crazy.
respectful.
It's crazy. There's so many crazies out there. But most of the people, like I haven't really had a lot of bad experiences, but just a few. You have to be able to be strong and like if someone does something inappropriate, like speak up. So yeah, I've gotten better at that.
Agreed. Call it out. Like, don't let it
Oh
go.
yeah.
It's people that let things go, which is why we have people like Epstein. But anyway,
Hey, you
call it
just
out. All right. So that's awesome. A year and a half in this industry, we decided to do it. We're now putting it on tape. What was that experience like? And obviously you're exploring now new things, or you might have already done it. You were in the lifestyle, but
yeah.
like now being seen doing different types of maybe sexual
Yeah.
positions, or if you
Yeah.
covered it all. Again, like you're saying, you didn't have that with your first husband. You got
Yeah.
reawakened. Shout out to your new man. Shout out to your
Oh
husband
yeah, he's the best.
to awaken you.
Hell
So,
yeah.
finding these new things to, for sexual gratification and happiness. What has this been like this year and a half in this crazy business?
It's been insane. Like it's fun though. It's fun, like getting to be with different guys with different personalities. I'm a big passionate person. So like when I've got a scene partner that either I've worked with before or I know we've got really good chemistry, I'm like, oh, it's going to be a good day. But yeah, I mean, like all the different positions are super fun. I mean, I've learned a lot. It's crazy though. I've learned a lot about things that turn me on that I never would have discovered. And so obviously take those back to the bedroom, things like that. So I'm learning new blowjob techniques, I'm really perfecting my BJ skills. So yeah, all that is like super, super fun, but it's really fun to like learn new things. But lifestyle does that too. But I would say porn even more so because a lot of it is like watching myself too on camera, which is really hard to do. I think you said like, how was it at the beginning? And I remember like I didn't even used to post my boobs. Like I would put stickers on everything. And then all of a sudden my first scene came out and like my legs were spread. And I'm like, well, I guess I can post my boobs on Twitter now because that's my pussy.
Awesome, awesome. So
Yeah.
you get to take this stuff on, which I'm sure husband's loving. Shout out to get to the husband, but then also you get to tell him what you like more now, and he can do that for you. So that just strengthens the relationship. But then as we're doing this, it is work, right? How do you get through
Yeah.
like days that might just be taking a little long? And what are some of the pro tips or things you wish you would have learned, and or you've learned now? And so like when you do that kind of a scene, okay, I know I need to do this, or to just be ready, and that it'll make the experience good. That you tell other friends in the business.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm just a passionate person. So I do my best to like connect with my scene partner and just try to have as much passion as possible. I always just try to say, okay, what's going to make this hot for someone watching? Like, what do they want to see? Everybody's got days where they're a little more tired than others, or, I woke up at 2 and drove to LA. So I try to do my best to like put that aside or like whatever you have going on in your life, not think about it and just really try to compartmentalize and put yourself in that best situation, but it is sometimes hard. Like, when you've got somebody that's, I don't want to say that you don't vibe with, but maybe someone that is really quiet. So like, I'm a big, like, sexy talker, I'm always trying to think of new things to say because I want it to be as realistic as possible. But sometimes you get somebody that doesn't talk at all, or that's actually what makes VR really challenging, is because your scene partner does not say a word. And so it's you and only you talking. And sometimes you can feel like you're either saying like too much of the same thing, or it sounds dumb. You can feel stupid.
Yeah.
So I just try to make it as sexy as possible. But sometimes I'll watch it and I'm like, why did I say that? I'm like, that's so dumb.
I feel that. Gotta get
Yeah.
into that world of imagination to just pull through
Yeah.
the scene and make it happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
I just try to make it as sexy as possible. I try to
Yeah.
make it as realistic as possible. Unfortunately, sometimes it depends on the director, depends on the studio. Sometimes they're very strict on how they want the scene to go. I mean, I much prefer, okay, we got to get, 30 minutes of sex, including the blowjob, and we want these positions. Great. But it's like when they're like 5 minutes, okay, cut. 6 minutes, okay, cut. It's like I don't like it as rigid because I think that it's less natural. I like
Yeah.
more flow. But they always seem to do a great job in editing. So it always comes, even when sometimes when I'm like, oh, that's going to be weird. I feel like I'm, like who does reverse cowgirl on their feet for 5 minutes? Nobody. But
Painful.
they still make it look good because there's so many different angles and they're close up, they're POV, and so even sometimes when I've thought, okay, that's going to be weird, like it ends up turning out really good. So
Love that. Awesome. All right. So you're in the industry. Uh, you were in the lifestyle. When you finally got into the industry, were there any performers that you were really looking forward to work with? Are there friends you've made that you want to shout out that you've been enjoying work with? And who are those you're looking forward to hopefully working with in the future?
oh my gosh, I work with so many fun people. What's funny is I didn't actually watch a lot of porn, so I didn't even really know a lot of the people. But as far as like, there's so many MILFs I want to work with. I love working with other successful ladies, especially ones that have been very successful in the industry. I would love to shoot with Penny Barber, Jennifer White. I'd love to shoot with Kendra Lust, Brandy Love, Rochelle Ryan. I mean, all these ladies. Reagan Fox is like at the top of my list. I love her. She's a doll. Shay Seitz is another one. There's so many successful like MILF ladies that are true, icons of the industry, I would say. And I would just really love to shoot with all of them. I've been able to shoot with a lot of ladies for Jim Powers with MILF Overload. So it's usually like 5 MILFs, like a reverse gangbang. It is a lot of work, but it is such a fun day and he's great. So, yeah. So as far as guys go, oh my gosh, I've shot with so many. I want to shoot with Johnny Sins. I've done a collab with Manuel Farah, but I've never done, and Karen Lee, I've done collabs, but I've never shot like a pro scene with them. I'm trying to think who else. There's so Jason Love would be fun. There's so many that I just would love to shoot with. Hollywood Cash. I really want to do Blacked and I really want to do Tushy because I haven't done my first anal scene yet. So I really want it to be with Tushy.
Oh,
So
wow.
cross my fingers. So I love Vixen's a great company to work for. So yeah, I would love to shoot for them. Brazzers has been amazing to me. They're such a great company. I've got a scene coming out that's kind of hush hush, but I can't talk about it, but it should be coming out probably, they should be promoing it pretty soon. So be on the lookout for my next Brazzers scene. They've been great. Team Skeet's been great. Naughty America. Obviously all the VR companies, MILF VR, VR Bangers. I've done 2 shoots with them. They are amazing. I'm trying to think who else, like so many companies. I really want to, I've shot for New Sensations, so I'm looking forward to that. Adult Time has been freaking awesome. They've been booking me a lot. I just did some shoots with them last week. So yeah, I really want to work with Bree Mills. She is amazing. I want to do more features because I love the acting side of it. So that's my goal. Like the rest of the year is maybe get a feature, longer, more acting type film. So we shall see.
Awesome. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of tailored content. I love that. Love that for you. Can't wait
Yeah.
that for you. That's awesome. So, uh, with now you're going into all this, and you now have an OnlyFans. So, and you're learning this business. So, as you said earlier, you didn't have that until now. So, what has this experience been like now that you're doing all these things? You're nominated against Salute to That. You're learning this industry in and out. Uh, for even further longevity down the road, have you also thought about, well, because you create content for OnlyFans, you have to also have that other side of the camera mindset.
Yeah.
What has that been like? And would you like to produce on the other side of things outside of OnlyFans and with all these other ladies and gentlemen you've been talking about on the other side of the camera, both performing and also producing content?
Absolutely. I've actually found I really enjoy it. And honestly, now with ChatGPT, it's so easy to like write a little script or come up with ideas. So I'm really trying to utilize that to just come up with ideas. Like, so even if I'm collabing with like another performer, okay, let's think of a little setup, even if it's small, because I feel like it sells better. I didn't at first, but it took me a while to realize like that's really what sells. But I'm really starting to get into my niche of my fans and what they want to see. So I really love interacting with fans. Like Minx is really fun for me. I love doing one-on-one video chats. And then obviously my OnlyFans, I've got my free page and my VIP page. My fans really like, I'm doing this like fan fuck series. My fans really like that. I mean, because for me, it's, anybody can go collab with another performer and you can see that stuff. Like if you just search me and Zach Wild or whatever, you'll find our stuff. But the fan fuck stuff is I found people really like it. And what people have told me, what fans have told me, it's like, we like this because it's like everyday person. We can put ourselves in that position that we can, hang out with you. And so I'll do calls with fans and we talk about potentially filming and things like that. So yeah, it's really fun.
Awesome. So with that being also said, for prospective talent that and content creators, what are some of the things you learned along the way that you, in doing all this, that you are like the first thing you tell another young man or young lady that is in the business with you to watch out for, and what they should do, like getting the right camera setup or specific cameras? I want to get nerdy with that. Like what is something that like you found that you didn't know?
I mean, I could,
you know?
I can barely set up my webcam. Are you kidding me?
So does your husband help out with that? So having a great
Yeah, he does. We're both learning, I mean, and the only thing that makes you better is to actually do it. So like I laugh because like these little reels for Instagram, like it can take me half a day to do a freaking 15-second reel, and it's because it's just that filming it, like people will be like, why aren't you just filming it, the clips together? I'm like, because I don't know how to do that. Like I like to put it into CapCut and try to edit it. Like it takes me half a day. So I'm learning. But yeah, I mean, so I don't know a ton. Like I'm learning as I do collabs with people that like are really good at the camera stuff, and they've got, tens of thousands of dollars of camera equipment. So I'm trying to pay attention, but you could spend forever on it. So, but it's more like at least the shot itself, knowing what looks good. And, it's really just trial and error. Like you do something, you're like, you think it's good. And then you realize you like cut heads off and stupid stuff like that. But people want to see really close up. And so you got to film in good quality. So good quality takes up a lot of space because it's, large files, which it's really frustrating because all the different sites have different requirements as far as like your max file. Like, Minx is like 2 gigs and OnlyFans is 5 gigs. And it's like Pornhub is this. And it's just, so you have to make all these different edits to fit. And, preview length has got to be max, whatever. So that's kind of just frustrating. But I mean, as far as like other performers, I would just say like, just make sure that your shot is good and that people can zoom in, obviously make sure everything's shot widescreen, because I learned that the hard way at the beginning. I realized all my stuff was in portrait. I'm like, what am I doing?
I like to talk about the business because people forget that this is also a business. We're having fun. It's good times, right? Definitely good times, but there's a business aspect to it. And so we need to learn these things to be successful. And, you know, we're positive in that realm. Keeping it nerdy, Taylor. Again, you know, you were doing other things. You're when you're not on set, you're active in golf, tennis, weightlifting. You're a skier. You're an incredible cook. What? Can we talk about these side passions outside of the business that you're enjoying? What are things you love doing? And those, how did you get involved with all of those things?
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't start playing golf when I lived in Austin. I started golfing a lot. When I was in my corporate job, I would literally on the golf cart, I would take the golf cart and I would literally just work all day from the golf course. I had my laptop like on the golf cart. So I used to play a lot. I don't play so much anymore, but I wish I had more time. Tennis, I started playing tennis because golf, I wasn't getting exercise. So I'm like, okay, tennis is going to be fun. So it was funny. So like I would, like most of the men golfed and the ladies, like the wives played tennis. So it was like, I play golf with the men and play tennis with the ladies, and all the men do would bitch about their wives and all the wives would bitch about their husbands. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a great idea for a scene.
Like, have you done a scene like that yet?
No, but I want to do one where it's like, I do like a gangbang with the guys on the golf course. And then I do like a big orgy with the girls on the tennis thing. And then like put it together. I think that was so fun.
That'll be awesome. I can't wait for that for you. That's cool.
Yeah. I put it in ChatGPT that can help me out with the script.
There we go. And cooking. When did you fall in love with cooking? How long has that been?
I've always loved to cook.
What's your dish? What's your go-to dish?
Honestly, I love to cook Asian food. So I just made a whole thing of pho the other night. A lot of people like pho. It's one of those things you go, but you don't really make it. But it's really like labor intensive to make the stock if you make it correctly. So I love Asian food. I've done some sushi. I love doing that. I do like a steak sushi. It's like an inside out roll with steak and cream cheese and jalapenos and peppers and stuff. And then you inside out, they roll it in panko, you deep fry it. It's so good. Steak is my go-to. I love steaks. I love meat. So I love a big, medium rare steak on the grill. And so every time I go out to get a steak, I'm always like, God, I could have made that for half the price or, a quarter of the price and like 10 times as good. So
I feel that. And I like that you said medium rare. I'm a juicy steak person. These people that overcook steak just drive me crazy. It's insane. It's not good.
Well, and especially if you like it medium rare too, a lot of times you go out to a restaurant, it's like it comes out raw and you're like, okay, medium rare, I didn't want it raw.
Yeah, that is true. There's a happy medium, if you will, medium rare.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. This is Nerds Rule the World, Taylor. Nerds After Dark. I want to get into more of your nerdy side. Are you into the traditional movies, films? What are some things you're nerdy about? Oh, we got the glasses. Let's go. What is, so you had an MBA, like what are you into that is quote unquote nerdy, or like what is just like stuff that you're really savvy about, like technical stuff? Like what's the nerdy side of Taylor?
I love numbers. I'm a big numbers girl. So I have an accounting degree. So I love, I'm really good at math. I've always been good at math, but I love like finance, and I'm really great with everybody else's money, not great with my own, but
love that.
Yeah, I'm really nerdy. I love accounting. I love math. I love, everything adds up and, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely nerdy about that. So I'm not a good writer, but now you don't have to be because of AI. So awesome. I'm not super creative, but now you don't have to be either. But I'm definitely a numbers girl. I love putting stuff together. Like I love building stuff with my hands. I guess that's not really nerdy, but I love like fixing things or building things. Like if there's, I've done, I've laid tile, I've built a big rock bar on the patio. We remodeled bathrooms and kind of all, laid flooring and that kind of stuff, kind of all on my own. So
you're a DIY girl. That's nerdy because I'm a creative person. I'm like not the DIY. My wife tells me what to do, so she's the dom in that relationship. Ooh, tell me what you need me to do, babe. I'll do that. But I'm creative, nerdy, but not DIY nerdy. So are you like into like those building shows and things like that?
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I love like the real estate shows more. I don't know why. I think I'm just really interested as far as what houses cost in different places. So that's always fun for me. But yeah, I love like the building stuff. I just don't spend a lot. I need to spend less time watching TV, but it's just always looking for something good to watch. But yeah, building stuff is super fun. So I was like, I don't know, I love like seeing a project like from the beginning to end, like the before and after kind of stuff. So
All right, so let's get to know Taylor. What is your films genres? What are your favorite? If you off the top, your favorite film or favorite genre? In regard, let's keep it cinema. Let's keep it movies and TV. What are some of Taylor's favorites?
Okay, so I'm a big like documentary person. Like I love like forensic files and
True
cold case
crime girl.
files. True crime. I love true crime. But I also love like the Game of Thrones and that kind of stuff. I love Yellowstone. I mean, I love like big series that like you can get into. So I love stuff like that. Yeah, I'm watching the new Dexter right now, so that's kind of fun. So I think I've seen Game of Thrones like 3 times. I think I've seen Yellowstone 1883 or 1923 like 3 times. So that kind of stuff I love. I love like action movies, like John Wick and things like that. I love, trying to think what else, like anything like Liam Neeson, like just love stuff like that.
Okay.
Mysteries. So
with the adult side doing adaptations of some of these works, would there be any particular like film property that you would like to do the porn version of it?
I want to do a Game of Thrones thing. In fact, I'm going to start doing more cosplay, like just for my some POV and some solos, like more cosplay type stuff. So I'm really excited about like trying to find some different characters to do. So especially like I might do some special stuff just for Pornhub. So I'm really starting to get my Pornhub up. So everybody go check me out on Pornhub. Search for Taylor Vixxen with 2 X's.
Put it in the chat what you'd like to see your cosplay as. Because I think you have the
let
body
me know what
for
you
it.
guys want to see. I definitely want to do Daenerys Targaryen because I went as her for Halloween one time, and of course I got to do a Harley Quinn. That's been done a million times, but I want to do so many different cosplay things. It's fun, and there's a couple like really cool makeup people that did. Oh gosh, who it was? It was Sophia Locke and Little Puck at the AVN house party. I totally missed them, but I saw the photos afterwards. Like they were in full like cosplay makeup. It was so cool. I'm like, I want to do that. So want to do it.
Super cool.
Yeah.
It'll be epic. Can't wait to see what you're gonna do because I definitely think you'll kill it. Let's shift to music. What are you, a metalhead, a rocker, hip hop, country? What are you into?
I like all of it. I like all music. So I usually listen to hip hop when I'm working out. I like a lot of like 90s, 2000s hip hop, but I listen to new stuff too. So my problem is I'll make my playlist and I have it on the suggest stuff, but my playlist is so long. It's like not really suggesting that much stuff. So I just keep adding stuff to my playlist, but I don't listen to enough like new music to like add to my playlist. So I'm trying to like get better at like finding stuff. I'm a big Young Gravy fan. I love him. He's a sweetie. And I love his stuff. I love like MGK, Eminem, I love all that kind of cool. I like MGK because he's kind of crossover stuff. I'm trying to learn that TikTok dance, the cliches. I'm like, okay, I got to learn that.
I love that. I love
I
it
could film myself learning it. It would be really funny. But I love country. I'm a big country music festival kind of person. It's funny. There's not a lot of country music festivals in Vegas, but I wish there were. But anybody you want to see in concert comes through town. The problem is that the concerts here are like 3 times the price of other concerts. So,
yeah.
But you can see anybody you want on any given night of the week. It's pretty cool.
That is true. It's crazy. I love that question because as you get used to listening to certain things and then you're like, oh, I forgot about that. And then it's like, oh, you get into it again. And then like, okay, I'm vibing. And so I love that. Because you're a sexy time type of a person, Taylor, you're an adult star. What do you set the mood in with your husband? What's your go-to tracks, or what is his go-to track maybe when he wants to set the mood for you?
We honestly we usually turn on porn, because it's really the only time we watch it. Is we're kind of getting the mood. We unfortunately a lot of times you're just flipping. You're like, what? So it's sometimes it's hard to find something that's like super sexy. But now it's like, oh, we know that person. But yeah, we turn on porn a lot. But yeah, I mean, we don't like do the music thing as much when we're having sex, but we will like watch porn. So yeah.
So then, okay, with that question, then does it turn you on to put on your tape performing, or does he put on a tape of you? Because how awkward? Because you're in this game now, Taylor.
I know. It's so funny. I don't like to watch myself. I get like embarrassed. Isn't that the dumbest thing? I mean, I have sex in front of like, all these people, and like I could do it live and not think anything of it in front of 100 people. But it's like when I'm sitting there watching myself, I get embarrassed. I don't know why. Like my cheeks are probably pink right now. But I need to watch myself more, because when I watch myself, but I sit there and critique myself. So when I watch myself, I'm critiquing or saying, okay, that's hot, or I didn't like that I did that. Why did I say that? So I'm watching it for that purpose, as opposed to like just being turned on watching myself. But yeah, I liked a lot of the, like, if I'm watching porn, like I liked a lot of like the Brazzers stuff, and like the Blacked. Blacked is one of my favorites to watch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like gangbangs.
Awesome. All right, let's couple more things. Sports. You're into tennis. You're into weightlifting, into golf. But what's your favorite sport to watch?
Ooh, football. Oh my gosh. When
Who's your team?
Steelers.
I love the Steelers.
I almost like embarrassed to say it. No, we love the Steelers. Obviously, I'm from Texas. I'm always gonna love the Cowboys, but Steelers, that's my team. And Michigan for college. So, in Texas, Michigan, Texas, Steelers, and I do like the Cowboys, but I don't know how the Steelers are going to be this year. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, so yeah.
All right, we covered sports. We've covered music. We've covered film. Taylor, congratulations on the nomination. This has been fun chatting with you. I hope you get to live your best life. I just find it so inspiring with somebody that you were in the corporate world. I love that story, because again, a lot of us find ourselves just living out the system. But you've breaking out of that. You found your best self, your true self, and what makes you happy. And I love that for everybody that finds that. So I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that.
Yeah. It's hard having a thick skin, and like, people are so judgy, especially like, in the porn industry, the comments, it's hard to like sometimes have a thick skin, but now it's so nice. Like I'm very free now, and it's such a big weight off your shoulders, like being free and not really caring what anybody thinks, not having to report to anybody, and so it's just fun. Like I just can be me and be free, and, give all the haters a big,
Let's go. I love that.
Yeah.
Completely agree. All right. Couple more questions. I forgot my other rundowns because I'm doing this again. We've talked to everything. This is Nerds After Dark, After Dark Nerds. What is also, though, to close us out, something that we haven't discussed yet that you found that you've gotten really into out of nowhere, that just captivated your imagination, you deep dive, and now you could probably give maybe a TED style talk on, that people don't know about. Maybe not even your husband. What have you found? And it doesn't have to be the typical nerdy stuff. It's just something in the ether that just grabbed your attention, and you just deep dived, and you could probably now talk pretty
Oh my gosh, I don't even know about that. Nothing we haven't talked about already, like that I'm into. So I just don't have time to like do anything else. I don't even have time for the sports. I barely have time to go to the gym. So I don't really know. That's a tough one. I mean, I think I'm pursuing everything that I love. So maybe I'm looking for the next thing I'm into. I don't know.
Okay, I'll accept
that. That's a tough question. I don't know. I'm scared of technology, really, because it's like I'm trying to learn. I registered for an AI class, so I'm going to like deep dive in that. So hopefully soon I'll be able to have like a really good discussion on AI. It probably scared the shit out of me, but
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Next time you're on, we're gonna dive into AI or whatever it is you're into.
Yeah, hold me accountable. If I know I have to talk about it, I'll actually do the class.
Okay. Taylor, this is a pleasure. Thank you for coming on. I hope as you continue your journey, you'll come back and I could give you some virtual flowers to celebrate you and everything you're doing. Do you have any events coming up that we can tell people to come check you out on? Do you do the Exoticas? I've been covering Exotica since year one. I love that show. I haven't done AVN yet. I'm hoping, Erica, we're going to make that happen.
Yeah, you need to go.
You're going to be at the XBIZ or the...
I will be at Urban X Award, so I'll be at the event. There are events for that in August. And then in October, I will be at Exotica, New Jersey. I haven't really planned the other ones out yet, so I will definitely be there. I am debating Amsterdam, but I don't think I'm going to go. It's just too much to try to get to Europe in September. I just got too much going on, so probably will skip that. So.
All right. Well, you're going to be in New Jersey. I'll be
Yes,
at
I will be
Exotica,
in New Jersey. So everybody come see me. That's such a fun show. It's a great crowd because there's not a lot going on in that area of the country.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Fans really come out for that event. Yeah. Is that where you are?
No, I'm in the DC area. So I cover Exotica DC, but I've also cover Exotica New Jersey. And Erica told me I need to be there.
Last year, but I'm going to go this year.
I will see you. Hopefully, well, the next time we talk, we'll be at New Jersey because Erica's like, you got to be there. So
yeah, you do.
Awesome. So I will see you in New Jersey. Let's get up out of here. How can my people check you out that might be listening to listening to this interview? Because I have a lot of people that commute and watch my interviews. Your links are going to be in the description, but for those that can remember, how can they check you out online? Yeah,
the best way to find all my stuff is taylorvixxen.com. My website. It's I'm still adding some new features to it. My store is going to be added soon, but you'll find most of my links to all my links to my socials. Instagram is at Taylor Vixxen. X is Taylor_Vixxen. I do most of my chatting through links, so you guys can find all those links on my website, taylorvixxen2x's.com.
There you go. The lovely, the amazing Taylor Vixxen, y'all. Go check her out. Links in the description below. I'm Tito P, aka Kuya P. This is the Nerds After Dark show. Follow us on everything at After Dark Nerds, and hopefully we'll have Taylor again back soon, or else you'll see her in my Exotica coverage in New Jersey. Come check her out. Come check me out. Let's have some fun. There you go. Nerds After Dark. Tito P, Taylor Vixxen.
Thanks for having me.
Nerds After Dark!
It's just a great time to hang out, meet people. I mean, I've had sex with everybody here already, so it's kind of like,
not me.
Yeah, Nerds After Dark, coming soon.com. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting him beat up or me. Not doing it.
Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble.
No. But